Today I am back with another video of coins that I purchased from my favorite coin shops. 4 for $1 bin of foreign coins. And so the foreign coins that we have in the picture right here, there are 60 of them. And by doing the math, that costs $15. Since it is 60 coins, that's too much for one video. So we're going to split this up into a part 1 and part 2. So this is part 1. So all the coins in this pile is $15, but we'll look at $7.50 worth of that today. And because I am a math nerd, I like to look up the book value of all the coins that we purchased here. And I'll have kind of a running tally, and at the very end I'll tell you what the book value says all of these combined are going to be worth. Not because I'm trying to turn around and sell it or anything like that, just because I like to know if I got a bargain. So we're going to start with this coin right here from India. This is a coin that I find fairly often in a well-worn shape, and this one is, well, not that often, but this one's in pretty good shape for 1944 India, back when it was British controlled. This is a 1 Anna coin. Flip it over, and a little bit of staining on it, but George VI, King and Emperor. This came from the Calcutta Mint, which instead of mint letters, they have this little dot right here is the mint mark on this one. Actually, I take that back. This one has no mint mark, which means it is from Calcutta. This is KM 537A, and the A means this version is nickel brass. Other years they made this out of copper nickel. Here is a fairly large coin from Malawi. And in 1964, they made a set of coins that more or less resembled what they were circulating in Britain at the time with their pre-decimal system, where they had, I don't think they went below 3 pence, but they had a 6-pence shilling. This one is the half crown and a full crown. They're not made out of silver, but it's one of those coins where they sort of try to make it look like silver by making it out of copper nickel and then adding a little bit of zinc to it. So when you add the zinc, it almost has that silvery look. Here it has segmented reading on the side. And then on the back, here's where it says half crown 1964. So this is a fairly sizable coin. It's probably the same size as a British half crown. And this one's going to be KM4, books for $2. I like that logo on the back with the shield. Let's see what we have here. I guess a couple of lions over a shield. At the bottom it says unity and freedom. Then in the shield, I guess that's a sunrise. Another, that looks almost more like a British lion. Knight's head, I don't know, waves, bacon, I don't know what that is. Flowers in the background, and then topped by an eagle. So there's a lot going on here. I like that. Panama has pegged their currency to the United States currency and has made, these days, they have made all of their coins be the same shape and size as American coins. But it's kind of harder to do when you have a coin this small, which does not match an American coin. This is one of the last ones that do not match an American coin. 1973. This one's going to be the 2.5 centésimos from Panama. So this is a tiny coin. If you think of a United States dime, it is much smaller than that. This is an FAO coin, so that's probably, must be some kind of food, stalk of food being shown here. This is copper nickel clad copper and is KM32. Coins from Guatemala aren't that hard to find, but I don't really usually find a lot of the 1 centavos from Guatemala. This one was made in 1999. It was the first year they made these out of aluminum, with Fray Bartolome de las Casas. I think he appeared on the 1 centavo for many, many years. This one is KM 282. Here's a coin from the Netherland Antilles from, I believe it says 1993. This is a 1 golden coin. That is the same currency that they used in the Netherlands before they switched to the euro. This one's going to be KM 37. Flip it over, and it has Beatrix, Queen of Netherlands, shown here. So the metal that is used to make this coin is labeled as aureate steel, and I'm not sure that I've ever seen that before. Of course, if it was steel, it would almost have more of a nickel color to it. So I actually had to look up what aureate means, and apparently that is to make something have the appearance of gold. So this is steel with something else added to it to give it kind of a golden color. And apparently the Netherlands controlled countries are the only place that actually use that term for coins. So this one's going to be KM 37 with a book value of $1.35. Here is another coin from Guatemala, but this one is much older. And I like the older look of this design of something that the way things looked, the way they drew out words from about 80 years ago or so. This one is the dos or 2 centavos of a quetzal. It's going to be from 1932, kind of an other than the words, kind of a simple design back here. But there is the Guatemalan design that we see often on much of their other coins. This one's going to be KM 250, and only for 1 year was it made out of brass, like this one. And we're back to the Netherlands. This one is actually Netherlands. This one shows Queen Beatrix again. This is the 80s design that appeared on a lot of their coins through the 80s and 90s. I always say it looked kind of like it was made on graph paper, although this one is scratched up quite a bit. This one is the 2.5 golden from 1985. We're going to move on to a German Third Reich coin. Most of the times that I find the German coins from World War II, they are in zinc. But this one, this tin Reichspfennig, is before they switched to zinc. This one is aluminum bronze. Has an F mint mark on this side. We flip this one over. 1938. And so because of how evil the rulers were of Germany at the time, and considering how Americans helped lead the world to defeat them, I know a lot of people who otherwise don't really collect coins will collect coins, these coins from Germany, just for the historical value of it, even though they're otherwise not a coin collector. So some of these non-zinc ones have a little bit of a better value, not all that rare. This one books for $1. It's going to be KM 92. Next, we have a country that we don't find a lot of coins from, even though when you're looking through paper money, I see paper money from Mongolia all the time, and that's what we have right here. So this is a large brass coin that has been corroded a lot, but it has this circular wreath star design that I've seen on a lot of coins from that had ties to the Soviets from about this time. And then you see the large 50 on here, and you think it's probably a denomination of 50 something, but it's actually a 1 Tugrik coin. And instead, the 50 means that it's the 50th anniversary probably of Mongolia. And in fact, there are some dates on the side here. So it says 1921-1971. So I can read the numbers, but again, that has an alphabet that I can't tell what else that is saying on the side. So Yeah, I'd never seen this coin before. The one Tuggert coin. It is KM34, and even though it's all kind of corroded on here, it still has a book value of $4. There are 4 different metal versions of this coin. This one's the most common. Next is the copper nickel version, which is worth about twice as much. And there's also gold and silver commemorative versions of this coin. I always pick this one up anytime I can find it for a quarter, just because I think it's a little pretty. It's a coin from Italy with Vittorio Emanuele the Third on this side, and it is a 2 lira coin from 1924 with an R for Rome mint mark. On the back, this one is KM63. In this condition, it books for $2. If you had one that was uncirculated, the catalog says it would be worth $20. I don't think I meant to pick up 2 of these, but we have the 50 euro cent from Belgium, shown here. So the 50-cent side is the same that we always see, but this one is they're both from 1999. And in 2008, the coin was changed a little bit by having this, I believe it's King Albert II. This A was moved inside of the ring, so there is a variation on this coin in some more recent years. Next, we're going to look at a coin from the country of Jordan. And these Jordan coins from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, or so on, not that particularly rare, but usually I find them out of copper nickel. This one is pure copper. Not too long ago, I went on vacation to Miami, and there was a guy in the street asking trivia questions about geography. And his question was, name the 3 countries that start with the letter J. And my wife was with me and immediately said Jamaica and Japan, and those are the 2 that everyone gets, and very few people think of Jordan as the 3rd country. So the guy told me that I was the first person or we were the first couple to get this right all day long. So this one is a 5 fils coin, and looking at the date on the top, that is in our calendar 1970, but on the Arabic calendar 1390. This is going to be King Hussein, and KM15. Yeah, this coin only books for 10 cents, but anytime I can add a coin to my collection that I don't have, it's worth paying a quarter for it. Next, we're going to pick up this coin from Spain. Juan Carlos I, King of España, 1987. Kind of a thick coin, segmented reading, but the actual design of King Juan Carlos here is kind of a flat portrait of him. But we flip this one over, and it is the 200 pesetas coin with a Madrid mint mark right here, and with the crown on top of it. And so these are kind of rare, and back before Spain was onto the euro, this 200 pesetas was worth probably, I'm going to say, about $1.50 in U.S. foreign exchange value back then. This one's going to be KM 829, and it books for $2.50. There is, on the 1987 version of this coin, there is a version where right here it has an E87 version on it that was minted specifically for a numismatic convention that was being held in Spain that year. That version has you probably can only find it in proof condition, but that one will have a value of $50. We're going to go back to Italy with this bimetallic coin right here, and a lot of the 500 liras from the 80s and 90s will be bimetallic like this one and have a similar face to it. But flip it over, and this one was a 1-year design for the 20-year anniversary of IFAD, whatever that group is. So there's a I don't think this is an FAO coin, but it was made in 1998. It's got the number 20 with a hand holding some wheat on here. This one's going to be KM 193 and books for $1. Next, we're going to look at this coin from Poland from 1971, and it has the, of course, they're going to call themselves Polska on this coin, but a lot of the Polish coins will have an eagle like the one shown here. This one is a commemorative coin. I forgot the name, but this coin had a slight redesign. It was made for a couple of years, and I think this is the slightly larger version. I'm wrong, this is the reduced version. So this coin is a 28 millimeter coin, and it's KM50A, but on KM50 it's 31 millimeters, so a little bit bigger on the earlier versions of this 10 zloty coin. Should have done a better job of grouping the countries, coins from the countries in this video, because we're back to Jordan, and this time we have the 50 fils coin. And the year on this one's going to be 1975 on our calendar and 1395 on their calendar. It is the 50 fils. Another one of King Hussein. So this is not the same as Saddam Hussein. It's just Hussein is a more common name. And so the King of Jordan, KM18, and this one's in pretty good condition for a coin from Jordan, so it books for $1.25. This is one of the last coins made by Spain with a value of less than 1 peseta. This is the half of a peseta would be 50 centavos, or centimos, I should say. So with Francisco Franco Codillo of Spain, has a date of 1966, but if you've never seen this before, the actual, or the date that is usually common on these coins is the first day the coin was made, so it's like the year of the design of the coin. The actual day is printed in these tiny little stars on either side of the 66. So over here is the 19, and it's so tough to tell on here. Maybe you can see it, but I think it says 68. So this coin was made in 1968. The first year they made it was 66. And we come over on the back, and this aluminum coin has there's the 50 on it, and the 50 centimos, KM 795. Now we're moving on to Denmark with Queen Margrethe II, Queen of Denmark, coin made in 2011. So Denmark is a European country that did not switch to the euro. And it is a 10 kroner coin. So we're getting into the territory here of what is just the foreign exchange value of this coin before we even get to the numismatic value. So this one is about 14 cents to a kroner. So this one actually has a foreign exchange value of $1.42. So the 2011 was the first year they had this design of the standard circulating 10 kroner. Before that, it was a similar design, but this one has a shield on it that these three tigers, or these three lions, are in. And in the previous version, the shield was not there, and the lions were a little bit larger, but the crown was still on top of it. KM 943, and the numismatic value, the book value, is $2.75. Anytime I find a €1 coin in a quarter bin, I'll pick that up. Someday maybe I'll figure out how to actually cash it in for its foreign exchange value, but for now I think it's at least worth holding on to. So here we have a €1. This is the one from Greece, and it has an owl on it. And so I like how the Greek coins of the euros will actually write it in Greek on the back. So that's how you would write euro in Greek. So it looks like EYP and then the omega symbol right there. KM 187. Sometimes I'll also pick up the half euros or the 50 cents just for their foreign exchange value if I can find it in a quarter bin. I did that right here. Although this is one of the easiest to find, it's going to be from Germany. And they have the Brandenburg Gate on, I think, 3 different of the euro coins. So a 2002D. Here's going to be a 10 francs coin from France. And so this dates back to before they revalued everything soon after World War II. So that on this 10 francs coin, 1949, this was at a time where if you found a coin with a B mint mark, it did have a different KM number. And so the B version is a little bit more rare. A small number of coins also have a C, but most of them, if it's made in Paris, do not have a mint mark at the time. So this side of it is something more that we would be used to. This isn't that rare of a coin, but the B version is a little bit rarer. KM 909.2, book value of $1. We'll move on to a coin from Saudi Arabia. A lot of their coins will have a design like this. If you can't read Arabic, like I can't read Arabic, then you could still recognize the palm tree with the 2 crossing curved swords underneath it, which you'll find on most of the Saudi Arabian coins. This one is a slightly newer design. It has an Arabic date of the backwards 3 is really a 4, so that's the year 1400 on their calendar, and the 50 halala is the name of their currency. So this was in their calendar 1400 is our calendar 1982. This one is KM 56. This one books for $1.50. This next coin is from a country that is difficult to say, which after the World Wars became Yugoslavia. But before Yugoslavia, you had the country of the Kingdom of the Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes. And so you'll have to find this in the Yugoslavia part of your catalog if you have one. It is a 1 dinar coin from 1925. It was made in Brussels, since this one does not have a mint mark. It's going to be KM5, and it books for $1. Here is a tiny coin from Egypt, where this particular eagle does mean Egypt, but the 2 stars on the shield are the particular republic or whatever they had at the moment. This one is the lowest denomination version of the coin at the time. It was a 1 millim. Our calendar 1960, their calendar 1380, KM 393. Only books for 10 cents, but this is from the United Arab Republic of Egypt. Another coin just as small as that last one is going to be this coin from Honduras. Their smallest coin, but in uncirculated condition, we have un centavo of Lempira. This coin is from 1957. KM 77.2, and the 0.2 means this is the thinner version of the coin. So there are a couple of different varieties on here. So the thicker version is an older version of the coin, and then on some other versions you get some things where there are clouds as part of the background in the middle of the symbol, but usually you can tell just by looking at the year, but you do have to double check if it's one that you've already got or not. Before we wrap up part 1 of this video, we're going to finish up with a small number of tokens. We're going to go to this token of the from Houston, Texas, a transportation token, so the HCTRA. I guess it's Houston Transit Authority, I guess. I guess the HC is Harris County. So Harris County is where Houston is located, so the Toll Road Authority. So if I just flipped it over, I would have known what that meant. So this coin was made from 1989 to 2003, and in the Atwood Coffee Catalog of Transportation Tokens, this one's given number TX for Texas 445R. Marta is the name of the transit from Atlanta. And as you can see here, there is both a bus and a light rail system. So this one mentions the Olympic Games spectator transportation system. So this is going to be from the 96 Atlanta Olympics. Official provider of public transportation. And so we've got the Atlanta Olympic symbol here of, at the bottom here is a torch that is made out of the 5 Olympic rings and the number 100. And above that is the flame. So this Marta token is Atwood Coffee number GA for Georgia 60 AM. The next token I'm going to show here is one that actually surprised me how little interest there is on this, because I think things related to Woodstock would have people's attention, but this was I guess the second Woodstock concert that happened in 1994, which didn't have the same hype as the first one. They were trying to, I guess, recapture the magic or something, but it doesn't. But this is just a $1 token. I guess you would have purchased this and then redeemed it for food while you were there instead of carrying around actual cash, I guess. But no one really seems to care about these. I've seen stuff like this before at flea markets, so I bought this one probably to give it as a gift, but someone took a United States nickel and cut out most of it so that it would leave a circle with a cross in front of it for the Christian symbolism. But I like how they left the "In God We Trust" around the rim on this Jefferson nickel. So I thought that was kind of interesting piece there, that I went ahead and picked that up for a quarter. So as we zoom back a little bit here, the rest of these coins are going to appear in part 2 of this video, which should come out in a few days. So the running tally, I don't really give a value to any of these tokens, but all of the coins leading up to that had a total book value today of $28.40. So I think we did quite well for coins that I paid $7.50 for. All right, until next time, thanks.